Welcome to Dodger Fan Weekly, week 26. I'm Adele.
And I'm Adele.
And we love the Dodgers.
We made it to the postseason.
The Dodgers are in the playoffs, at least a wild card.
Right, but we want more.
That's right.
We're greedy.
We got a big series head-to-head with the Giants again. And
we do.
That's okay.
But I'm excited because, for me, the team looks different. Remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about how it was like pulling teeth and
it was
struggling.
a little lackluster.
Well,
but the offense has come alive. The energy is really great.
I think the big difference that I've noticed in this last week is we're actually getting a lot of runs. We're scoring a lot.
Yeah, the hitters are hitting in situational positions and scoring.
So I contend that they've changed their approach to the plate.
That's
what I think.
And I think you would be right. They've changed their hitting.
They have. We're going to talk about hitting.
17, 4, 11, 4, 2, 8, 14. That is the number of runs the Dodgers have scored in 7 games in a row.
Amazing, because just a couple weeks before that, we were biting our nails hoping that they could score some runs.
Right. And here they are. They're coming to the plate with guys on base, and they're bringing them home.
Yes. And we're all dressed up because we made it to the post.
Woo!
And we believe we made it to the post not just because of our pitching.
Right.
But because of our hitting. Something has changed.
Something has.
What is it?
Hitting a baseball is considered one of the hardest things to do in sport.
I think it is.
What else can you be successful 30% of the time and still be considered great at? If you're a basketball player and you shoot 30%, that's not good. Passing 30%, that's not good. But in baseball, you're a 300 hitter.
And that's, 30%.
That's right. Ted Williams, who is considered one of the greatest hitters, Ted Williams was the last person to hit 400 in a season in 1941.
Well, and he wrote a book called The Science of Hitting. And his philosophy was, it's not how you swing, it's what you don't swing at. To him, the most important thing about hitting was knowing the strike zone.
Right, you've got to make the pitcher get it in this little box.
Yes. So, let's take a look at the strike zone. The strike zone is that area over home plate, the upper limit of which is a horizontal line at the midpoint between the top of the shoulders and the top of the uniform pants.
Top of the shoulders, top of the uniform pants, midpoint, that's the top of the strike zone.
Right. And the lower level is a line at the hollow beneath the kneecap.
Hollow, that is the low point of the strike zone.
The strike zone shall be determined from the batter's stance as the batter is prepared to swing at a pitched ball. The strike zone.
So, we think it looks like that the Dodger hitters are making the pitchers throw the ball into that little box.
Yes, their own strike zone.
Right.
But you know what we also are seeing? That the Dodgers, we feel this way anyway, have changed their swing.
Yes. And we talked to some batting coaches, and we discovered
there's a few different kinds of swings.
Right.
There's power swings, there's contact swings, and there's standard swings. And what we feel is that the Dodgers, most of the season, were relying on those power swings. And, we were the first to go, who's the batting coach? Because everyone had the same exact swing.
Right, that big let me get a home run swing, and no one was making contact.
Right. And so what we've noticed in the last week or so is that there are power swings from the right people.
Correct.
But there's also contact swings.
Right.
And contact swings are coming from everyone. And those are the swings that put the ball in play at key moments.
And that's why we're scoring a lot of runs.
Exactly, and it's fun. We've been calling it small ball, pepper, whatever it is. But that is what has been helping us move forward to the postseason. Yay!
At least a wild card.
And then the last one he told us about was a standard swing.
Right.
And what he said was they all said actually, was a combination of power, contact, and to know your own swing.
So let me get this straight. There are three types of swings.
Power swings, contact swings, standard swings.
Right. And knowing when to use each different swing leads you to
17, 4, 11, 4, 2, 8, and 14. And hopefully into October. Let's go, Dodgers! All right, it's time for Who's Hot?
And Who's Hottie?
My hot this week Justin Turner.
Okay.
That little redheaded leprechaun is on fire. He is Mr. Clutch.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he steps in and does the best he can do no matter what we ask
Every
of him.
time. That's right. Well, my hot this week is Matt Kemp.
He is.
Not only is he hot at the plate, but he blows bubbles while he throws people out at the plate.
Yeah, that was attractive.
He's
too.
my hot.
My hottie this week, Jock Peterson.
Aw.
He looks so cute carrying coffee. Very cute.
My hottie this week is Yimmy Garcia.
Oh, he is.
Partly because the name is so fun to play, but he does have a very handsome face.
Yes,
so
he
he's
does.
my hottie.
Hot and hottie.
I'm Adele.
I'm Annadelle.
Don't forget to tweet.
See you next week.